Hello guys. I don't know if it's picking up me up yet or not. Sometimes it doesn't pick me up this early. So let's try it again. Hello guys. Hello guys. Hello. Gotta wait to make sure that it picks me up. Okay, I think we're good. Hello guys. Good evening. As you see, I have the chat disabled for this particular live. I just want it to be me and the live, and you guys can listen later, and then I can read any comments or whatever. But if you read the description of this live, which I'm sure a lot of you will be listening later, is that there's only a select few of us that are conscious. I just want to get that point across. There's only a few of us that are truly awake in this world. Most people will go their whole lives and just think that everybody's the same and it's all one consciousness. Yeah, it is, but at the same time, you got to understand that there's only a few of us that are really getting what's going on and seeing all the corruption and seeing how we still got to survive in this world on our own in some way. Because there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to be not having any clue what you're going through. There's going to be a lot of people that just think that they know who you are and what you've gone through, and comparing it to whatever the fuck it is that they've gone through. There's going to be a lot of people like that, and I'm particularly parents. They're going to be number one on the list. They're going to be the ones that think that they know you better than anybody, and that you owe them so much for bringing you into this world, right? But you have to understand, guys, that most parents don't fucking... I see one person's watching. The chat's disabled. But thank you for tuning in. Most parents don't have one clue what the child is really going through. Most people will go their whole lives just going with the system and going with what's being told to them. And yes, you do this, you do what I say. We're the highway, right? Most people will be like that. Sorry guys, the chat's disabled for this live. But there's only a select few of us that are truly conscious. I just felt like getting that point across in a live tonight. There's not many people out there that are really going to be aware of what's going on. Wow, 32 people, awesome. There's going to be a lot of people they're just going about in their daily lives. They just go across the street. They go in their cars to work. They go to parties. They go to worship services. They just do whatever. They go to sleep and they wake up and it's the same thing every day. But most of them are just going to go with the grind, and they don't really know what's going on in this world. They don't really quite understand what exactly it is that's going on. But I'm here to tell you that this world is pretty much going on autopilot. It's just been set up a certain way so people will never realize exactly what is going on. As long as you have a movie to watch, as long as you have a video game to play, as long as you have some music to listen to, as long as you got a concert to go to, as long as you got a nice restaurant to go to, as long as you got a fancy hotel to go to. But in order to have those things, what do you need? You need to have that paper money. What do you need to usually do? Unless you're some lucky lotto winner or something, right? And even then, a lot of other people might win, right? What needs to happen? You need to pretty much be a slave. You need to be a slave to the system, to society. And they want to put all the stimuluses out there in the world so that people will get all horny and fall in love and find likes and dislikes with each other and keep procreating to the system. And the parent thinks that they raise the child. They think the child owes them something for raising them when they chose to bring them here. Because they had sex and they brought the child here, and they think they owe, the child has grown up, they took care of them, and now they're a big man or woman or whatever, and now they're supposed to owe the parent something when they're the ones that had to have a kid. And the kid is supposed to owe them something. The kid doesn't owe them nothing. You don't deserve nothing if you're a parent, and you have no idea exactly what's going on with your child. And another thing, a child doesn't belong to you. The child does not belong to you. This must be distinctly understood, and nobody understands this, man. Most people go their whole lives and they won't have a clue what's really going on in this world. That's why the topic of this live is a very definite topic, is that most people are asleep. They're just snoring in their little, very low conscious state of being, because that's exactly what these so-called elite want. They want to dumb people down. They don't ever want people to think for themselves. They want everybody to just be a slave. And if you're not a slave, then you're gonna pretty much suffer. You will be punished because you're not a good little slave. That's why it's dangerous. That's why they don't want anybody to be awake. They want to make sure that people are asleep. Ooh, 38 people, awesome. Sorry, chat's disabled. They want people to be asleep. There's only a select few of us that are awake, guys. There's only a few of us. Most people will go their whole lives not ever even realizing all this stuff is here on YouTube, and all these YouTubers, whatever, I prefer to say content creators. These content creators like yours truly, Black Hole, and so many others are on here speaking this shit about how fucking unfair and boring and stupid and lame and mundane life fucking is. Most parents will look at their kids and they'll think, what in the hell you doing sitting on your cell phone all the time? What are all those videos that you're listening to on the cell phone all the time? My father did that to me yesterday. It's like, this guy, I was listening to Minky Films at the time. I was linking to, Minky's Corner. It used to be called Minky Films, and now it's Minky's Corner. And it was on Saturday morning, guys. Oh, I got a like. Thanks so much. But yeah, it's just, a lot of people, a lot of the people that are listening to YouTube, they're living with their fucking parents, right? And they'll be listening to something, and the parent will be there like, what are you listening to on the cell phone? And you'll have to either delete it off your phone or on the computer or whatever. And just, you have to pretend like, you're doing something like, oh, I'm looking for a job, or I'm waiting for a phone call. I mean, you can't let them know what you're really listening to on here, because they won't get it, man. Anyway, right now my father's in there watching fucking NFL Monday Night Football, and that's fine. Halftime, I just got bored as fuck. I came out here to the garage, and I'm making a live for you guys. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a nice Halloween time. My next live will hopefully feature Tony the Tiger. If you're listening to Tony the Tiger, I still haven't forgotten you. I want to try to do a live with a guest the next time I do a live. But right now, I just want to put this out there. Most people will go their whole fucking lives without ever realizing that there's only a select few of us that are really conscious and really awake and really, really see how the world should be. There's a lot of people that are going to just be like, it's just the way it's live, that's the way it should be, and this is just the way the world should be, and yeah. No, motherfucker, it's not. Life could be so much better if we could just help each other and love each other and just enjoy the abundance that's already here for us, that was already here before we ever got here. But as long as we keep procreating in a fucking system that doesn't give a fuck about them and is just going to make them slaves, and eventually, if the child I think it's more like unlucky enough to realize the truth and having to suffer even more because the ignorance is bliss. This world is never going to improve, or it's never going to move forward or nothing. It's just going to stay in a slave state of people having to wake up and do something that they fucking hate every day because two people had sex. That's really all I got to fucking say for this live. Good night. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.